Hi, we're EB Productions, and I'm Nathan.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Tommy.
I'm Cameron.
And in this video, we're going to tell you about our roles and how we contribute towards our company, and give you guys a little insight on how you can start your own. Hi, my name is Nathan Wormsley. I'm the producer/director for the EB Productions. So as a producer, we'll meet up together in a conference room and we'll do a podcast together, brainstorm a couple of ideas, and then from there, with the idea, I'll take it over and write up a script, get a couple of feedback off the guys, and we'll start working on it proper. As for the director, what we'll do is, with the script that I've just written, I'll go through with the crew what I mean by this and go through camera angles with the camera crew, and we'll begin acting it out, and I'm just there to make sure everything runs smoothly and it all goes according to plan. When writing a story, the first thing I'll do is have a rough draft. Usually it's something like having our main character go on and accomplish a goal. Whether he succeeds or not is something I'll think about further on, but just having that as a rough template is usually how I go about with that. So throughout their attempt of trying to accomplish this goal, what I'll do is I'll have, there'll be a bunch of obstacles. So the main character he's going about with his journey, but on the way he's got bumps and stuff to encounter. Just adds a bit more life to the character, and the story in general.
My name's Jamie Ashcroft. I'm the illustrator and the graphic designer of our group. Say, for instance, if Nathan came up with a story, if he wrote a story, and he involved like a character in it or something, and he kind of described that character a bit, then I would then build off that and make my own version of it. I like Affinity. Don't get me wrong, I really like it. I would like to move on to other softwares. I am using Photoshop, but not as much as I could be using it. Obviously, since I'm at college, I'm using Affinity at the moment. I probably will move on to like Adobe Illustrator and stuff, just so I can get my skills out there to more platforms. I usually use a PC as well. I used to use a Mac, but I use a PC now. I started using it at college, which was free to use at college, because it was a new software that they kind of introduced to us. I really got into it. I really enjoyed it, but I liked it that much. I went home and bought it on my PC.
My name is Cameron Knowles and I am the main animator for EB Productions. Whether you want something from scratch, or you wanted some VFX added onto a scene, such as gun points, or maybe a creature added in, or maybe some special effects that create portals and stuff, or if you want something from complete scratch, then it would be a complete model set up, either copied from real life or designed by our main illustrator, Jamie Ashcroft. It's easy going off someone else's design, because that way you have strict parameters, guidelines that you can follow, and it's easy to follow a step. While when you're doing it on your own, it's hard to work with something yourself, because sometimes things can go wrong, or things just don't look right when they should do. The main software I use is Blender. There are other softwares, obviously Maya, 3DX, the Unreal Engine. The reason I don't use those is either there's very strict rules regarding the companies that own them, or it takes money to buy them, which obviously I don't have right now, especially if it's a membership, which constantly needs to get renewed monthly.
My name's Tommy Riley and I am the editor for EB Productions. So I mainly edit the videos, so doing gunshot effects, sound effects, music, and the visuals overall. I use a free software on Mac which is called iMovie. It comes free with Mac, and I find it's pretty simple and easy to use. But right now I'm kind of trying to push on to Final Cut Pro, which is very costly because it's £300 to own fully. But there is a new software, not a new software, but a software I'd like to use. I think it's called Sony Vegas, but it's a monthly pay, yearly pay, and you can't own it completely. Very simple and easy effects to begin with. Like if you've ever seen Star Wars, lightsabers, there's a free software called HitFilm Express, and you can do easy lightsaber effects. Or on iMovie and Final Cut Pro, you can download simple gunshot effects and add them onto your footage. I've taken a lot of inspiration for loads, a lot of YouTubers mainly, such as Raka Raka and Corridor Crew, because of their visual effects, because they do reviews on other videos and films, and they like show their own edit of it and how they do it themselves.
I think I'd want to stick with animation. Like I said, I've got my own ideas I want to, develop, express, and like a whole series idea with characters I want to create, which is being brought to life with the group I'm working with.
Currently, me and my friends, as you've heard, is EB Productions that we'd like to start as a group thing, and we've currently started doing short films. And as Nathan has said before, we do podcasts coming up with ideas, and the first thing we've probably going to try for the EB Productions is Cameron's little series he's thought of. So from it, Cameron will be doing the animation, Jamie will be doing graphic designs for characters, and I'll be doing some editing for the actual footage.
Obviously, working for this team, I want to be like, the concept artist that comes up with all the ideas, like sceneries, characters, items, props. I want to be the person who thinks of all that and draws them out, and using software like Affinity and stuff. And especially, for Cam in the future, he's thought of like, this idea of a series he wants to do, and obviously I would hopefully be a big part in that.
I'd really like to just go about, like, my main goal is to make a proper movie with my crew, it's like a long, maybe 2 hours, like a proper film. It's got a good story behind it, loads of good effects, a bunch of really cinematic camera angles, and just working on a proper set would be an overall goal, and I'd like to see that happen in the future.